guys, welcome back to Rice Camera Action. I'm your host as always, Jeff Gadet. I meet up with a few of my entertainment friends in Korea and other Asian countries, and we talk about what life is like for us. Today, I'm joined with, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Luna, and I'm a model.
Yeah, so Luna, you said that you're also from the States, right? Where about?
I'm from South Florida.
South Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're working it now as a model, correct?
Yes.
Did you come to Korea actually for modeling?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. I originally came on vacation for the first time visiting Korea last summer. And there I met an agency I signed. Immediately flew back to the United States to let my visa process.
Yep.
And then returned in late fall, early winter to start my career here as a model.
Okay. Were you actually modeling in the States before coming here?
No.
No. So this is a fresh new experience for you.
Yeah.
And you came back in the fall last year. So
Yes, it was the end of November.
okay. So right now it's middle of June. So that's about 7 months.
Yeah, 7. Wow.
Yeah. How are you enjoying the experience?
I love it. I really like it, and I've grown and learned a lot since coming here. Yeah.
Like, what kind of modeling are you actually doing?
Well, the work when I am getting work.
Don't worry. This is where the interview will stumble into. When it's always about work and like when trying to find jobs.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard. It's even different than back home in the States. Like if I was to audition for a role in the States, I would go into a room with similar looking people like myself, right? But here, like it's just a blind. Like I'll go for an audition, and there'll be male actors, all shapes and sizes, for the same role.
Yeah, it's that's more the acting side of things. As modeling side, well, the work I do get has been a lot of background acting work, which is brand new and not what I was anticipating doing here. I do get to model though when I coordinate collaborations with photographers here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's about it on modeling.
On modeling, so most of your shoots are just like collaboration with like photographers and other.
Yeah, just to help expand my portfolio, as I don't have any background in modeling whatsoever. So I have to really build my portfolio so I could start getting clients who do want to book me for lookbooks, and I do want to do runway. And so you have a unique look, which is not very common in Korea. So so I think you'll be very successful once you do build up that portfolio, right? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, and you're also very tall. How tall are you?
I'm 179 centimeters.
Oh, so you got 2 centimeters on me. I'm only 177. And I'm short for a guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I'm tall for someone like myself, which is actually for runway here, they prefer a little bit of shorter models. Sometimes I was told I was too tall.
Oh, really?
So I thought that was interesting.
It might be for the clothes, the fashion, right?
Oh, definitely.
The designer made it for a shorter statured person.
Definitely. Put on the pants and I got high waters on.
Yeah.
Just totally ruined the design.
Yeah. Maybe Korean guys are a little intimidated by a girl that's looking down at them.
Yeah, they said that. They're like, for some editorial shoots, you're taller than some, or most male models here, so we can't use you. So that's what some of the agencies I was applying to have said. So I was like, oh. Yeah.
I've even I've been on a shoot, and there's been for a background extra for a movie, and the main actor, I looked up their Wikipedia or their IMDb, and it said they're 183 centimeters, but actually they're eye level with me. I'm going, oh my god.
They totally stretched the truth.
And even that actor probably even had lifts in his shoes too.
To even help. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, there's in Korea there's also the stigma guys that are shorter than 180 centimeters are kind of losers.
Really?
Yeah, there was a famous actress that even made that statement. She got in trouble, obviously.
Yeah.
But for male standards, it's 180 and above is a sign of a handsome man.
Well, yeah, I recall that being the case, except 6 feet tall in the United States. If you're shorter than 6 feet tall, they give a lot of guys crap for that. But to me, I've always been taller than a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you can't control height.
Well, yeah, for female models, I think the minimum is like 5'10". So they do like European and American models, they want that tall, slender frame.
Yeah.
It wasn't like until like Kate Moss came around, and I think she's like I think 5'6", 5'5".
Yeah, 5'5". Yeah. So. Yeah, and I knew the modeling standards in the United States. I'd always humored the idea, but never fully committed to it until I got Korea to making it like a career. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. Like, so you've been collaborating with other artists. Like, a few months ago, there was like the Seoul Fashion Week. You hit that up, right?
Yes, I definitely went. I actually did get. It was 2 shows I was able to just like.
Awesome.
Not walk for, but try out for. I never made the final cut to be picked, but which was frustrating because there was one show where I made it all the way to the final round, and then they ended up picking no foreigners at all to walk. But it was such a wonderful experience, and the other models were really cool. So I didn't get to walk yet in the fashion week, and that's like a goal of mine. But it was such a really nice experience to just have under my belt and like, in my model tool bag, sort of.
But instead, you did like go to the event, and there was a lot of like people.
Of course, I did get to, I attended an event, and I even watched the show, and I thought that was amazing. Just such a unique experience, and the designers here are so talented. Yeah. So it was fun.
Well, yeah, there was also like a lot of photographers there that were looking for collaborations.
Yeah, I haven't collaborated with any of the photographers there. They just sort of like, I'm walking with my group of friends, and they're like, hey, can I get a picture of you? Can I get a picture of all of you, 2 of you, 3 of you? So it turned into like this paparazzi moment, your little 20 seconds of fame where all these cameras are going off, and just... they post to their Instagrams, they tag you, or you have to kind of scroll through the Fashion Week hashtags. But it was nice just to...
Yeah, I was just wondering if any like results came from that.
Not really, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. We're all hoping for that moment, like, oh, maybe we'll get caught. And like some people who do attend get lucky enough to get featured in Vogue or something. Yeah. But so you kind of, I was more trying to just enjoy the experience, but of course a plus would have been me featured in Vogue. I did make it into Photo Vogue, but that was just a collab with a friend and model of mine. She knew this photographer and was like, hey, we kind of want to do this duo, like, Vogue type, like, like schoolgirls, like, vibe.
Okay.
It was like we just wore matching sweaters and skirts, and we had this whole like gimmick where we were like leaning and looking like we were gossiping or like holding up Vogue magazines.
Yeah, the concept,
Yeah, the concept was that, and then we got featured in Photo Vogue, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I had like friends that went, like, it was a week-long thing or like 5 days, and they were trying to go there every day in a different wardrobe costume, just so
it was. I couldn't do it. I had friends who were able to like manage a new outfit and go each day for like 6 hours minimum, and I was like, I couldn't do that. I went 2 days, and that was it.
Well, yeah, before like I thought we had never met, but right before we started recording, she actually, Luna actually told me, like, going, oh no, we've been on a set before. I'm like going, oh fuck. Can't remember. I have a horrible memory.
It was okay. First of all, the call time was like 1:00 in the morning. It was I don't even remember. I just remember being exhausted.
What was the shoot?
It was for Kia, but we were in a kitchen pretending to be chefs.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I was delirious. That was so exhausting.
Yeah. Oh, that was for the League of Legends European tournament. Yeah. So it was like a collaboration between Kia and League of Legends.
Yeah, that was interesting. Because there was just a lot of waiting, and then once we got going, and then the sun was up. So
yeah, we were all tired. I also had a couple drinks before I got there.
Yeah.
And then the staff was on a different location in the city, and we were in the part of the city where there's lots of homeless, so nothing stayed open.
Not even the McDonald's.
Everything was closing at midnight. So. Yeah, so I just took it as an opportunity to have a couple more drinks.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Keep that buzz going, and then finally.
Meanwhile, I was like, I needed coffee so bad. I was.
And then I got in trouble because actually a few days before that commercial came out, I posted a picture from that shoot that I took in the behind the scenes where I was in the chef costume, and I just actually tagged. I didn't tag League of Legends. I tagged like Kia, and then the company found out, and they're like, take it down. It's not out yet. I'm like, oh, okay, let me know when it's out. And then 2 days later, I saw that it was out, and still like my company didn't notify me that it was out. It's like, God damn. I lost all those hashtags. That could have been something.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, because that text went out, and I was like, ooh, who posted a picture? So it was you.
It was me, unfortunately. But it didn't even look, it wasn't even part of the set. Like, I was in the way background. It doesn't even look anything. There's nothing really in common with seeing the commercial, what I did. And I intentionally, even hid in the background so I wouldn't be seen that much. Because I saw the style of shoot was like a focus, shot, and then the background was just blurry. So you can't even see me. You could barely see me in the background. I'm just more of a white blob.
And they still were like, no, take it down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's my fault. I shouldn't have did it. But I thought that it was okay because it had no relation to the shoot at all. But
wow, they're so strict.
It's so strict, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's
it is what it is. I got in trouble. I apologize, and thankfully they accepted my apology. And then I took it down. And then once the commercial had come out, then I reposted it.
Okay, so at least you got
Yeah, well, I was very I use my phone as a Galaxy Note. So the stylus actually works as a remote, so I could take distant pictures.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so and I also use that when I send out audition videos too. So I just put my phone on the tripod, and then when I'm ready to start, I just press the stylus, and it automatically starts.
And you just go.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah. I tell other actors that I'm going, oh. That's such a better way than me just, setting a timer and then having to go.
And then run. Yeah, that's how I've been doing mine.
Just running back and forth. From the I
just a stylish remote. That's so smart.
Well, that's why I always like Galaxy phones. And when I would love, actually, the iPhone quality of the picture is much better.
Yeah.
But just for convenience and what I'm using my phone for often, having that remote to start is much better.
Agreed.
So I don't know which one.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, especially, models here, a lot of finding work, you can find jobs through Instagram. So it's a lot of posting your own pictures, having a presence.
Right.
So definitely need good quality camera.
I do get some offers. Probably every 5th or 6th offer is actually someone that gets into my private messages on Instagram, and they see my photos and they like that. Last year, I think I did 3 music videos.
Oh, wow.
I got people contacted me from my Instagram, and they liked my image and they wanted to use that.
Oh, that hasn't happened to me yet, but I still try, I still constantly posting. But yeah, I know a lot of models who recently even get booked. That's just one of the main ways they get, outside of the agency, get jobs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, these are also small independent artists. Yeah. They're not the big K-pop stuff, but even getting them contacting me directly and what they offer me is much better than what some of the casting agents offer me for much larger and more.
You know what? I figured that.
More popular bands.
It's disappointing because you almost expect these bigger companies, you can afford it. Pay us what we're worth. Yeah. But, I guess it's the independent companies who probably know what it's like to be pushed to the side and not, valued. So of course they're probably willing to pay.
Right.
That's such an interesting thing to notice. Let's just say that.
So I did one hip hop. So there was an artist called he's called Reddy, Red, Reddy. Reddy.
Oh.
And the song is called Chicken Dinner. Well, the production team contacted me directly, and they paid me about $600 for the day.
Wow.
And they said, sorry, and this guy, this wasn't like a major album too. Like this is like one of the first guys that won one of the rap reality shows, like Show Me the Money. So I don't know if he won, but he got popular because of that.
So he kind of just did like an EP solo
song.
Yeah.
So it's like
okay.
EP. And then anyways, they paid me $600, and then a month later, I got from a casting agency. There was RM from BTS.
Oh wow!
He was releasing his solo, so he was releasing his solo, and the casting agency for like a full day, was just paying like 230, I think.
Oh my god!
And like this guy, this is so BTS has
I'm
money.
a BTS fan, so that's crazy.
So it's crazy that like I'm getting like so little for this popular artist, but I got actually compensated very well for a less
like an unknown sort of up and coming artist.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And it took like a month for the RM's music video to come out. I'm like going, and they paid me. So I was just figuring like, okay, looking at RM's Instagram, he has over 30 million followers. If each one of those people, or every 1,000 people, gave me a penny, it would be like $3,000.
Oh my god! When you put
like,
it that way,
I could have I could just relate because I could just like spill the beans, spill the tea. I'm like, hey, RM's coming up with a song. It's called Still Life, and it's like this. And like for 1 month, I had that information, and I could have just every 1,000 person, it could have been it gave me a penny. That's 3,000.
And still made more than you did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, good on you for having integrity and not leaking this stuff, but it sucks.
I mean, you don't want to have that reputation. And already, we already talked. I apparently leaked a shoot, and I had to take it down, even though it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard here. Like, they kind of just you almost because of the way the pay is here, you almost feel like you are put in a position where, while leaking a well-known artist's stuff, for money is, that could actually feed you versus what that well-known artist was paying you. It's a bit
maybe
frustrating.
that's like my final I'll just get one shot and because they don't even have NDAs, non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
So it's just like going
right. You just have to have. They just gotta hope that you don't take a little.
Yeah, like I had to take the photo down because actually the people that gave me that Kia commercial was actually the company that represents me. Yeah. So I had to behave. I could have just if it was another casting agency I didn't really care about. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I didn't sign an NDA.
Yeah.
But
wait, who's your company?
I work for Grin.
Same. Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. So because it's my company and I respect Alex, I obviously yes sir, right away sir. I'm sorry, please accept my apology, sir. So and it's a great company too, and I'm actually treated very respectfully. My first experience I worked for a company called Cineline. And they were shady.
Oh, I heard of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think now they have any foreign representation, but there was my first year, around the time I was renewing, I got a call from immigration that there was complaints about sexual harassment.
Oh my God.
For the company, and I said, oh no, that didn't happen. What was happening is that they were sending some of the models from the company to photographers for shots, and the photographers, wanted to also oh, how about we do one with you in your underwear and all that stuff.
Oh my God. Thank God I'm with Grin, because I know I've heard some horror stories, and have you seen some of the articles coming out about there's some agencies that they're getting exposed. Yeah, so I'm just I am so grateful. And then there's people coming forward with agencies that haven't been exposed yet, who are just oh, well, I saw the article and my agency's doing that too. Yeah. I've seen that a lot in the chats I'm in. So I'm just grateful for Grin at this point.
So what happened with my old Cineline is we had I found out they were keeping some of the money. So originally when I signed, we had a verbal agreement and we didn't put it to paper about the distribution of payment. So when I signed, what like the verbal agreement was, I would work as freelance. Any job that I found myself, I would keep that money. But then any job that they offered me, they would get 50%.
Oh, but then they just ended up keeping.
So I like, okay, but we never signed that. And then actually when I renewed, I thought I was signing like a document, a different, like a distribution of profit for social media. Because even it was all in Korean, and even in, like some of the terms that were written in Korean, there's also like parentheses, this means this, that, and like explaining what it is in Korean. So I thought that was just distribution of, assets over social media, because at the time they were trying to push some of the talent to like show products on their social media. As well as like travel and all that stuff. And so I thought that's what it was, but actually it was like this was a distribution of, payment. And then what happened then later in the year, like some people were getting like having problems with taxes. So my Cineline said, "Oh, you have to make sure all the money that you get comes through us, so we could check that your taxes are being paid properly." So Christmas is usually the busy time for me because I do like a lot of Santa work. So I ended up like trusting them and have all my freelance stuff. And then like come January, when I should be getting like a good like 2 million, I'm getting like, I only got like 1 million. I'm like going, hey, where's the money? Where they didn't tell me what payments they'd received and hadn't received.
Oh my God.
And like even for a month, I was like messaging them like going, hey, I didn't get the full amount for this commercial. Can you send it to me? No reply. And then one day I was just like, I don't think you guys are paying me all the money. Like I contacted the casting agent. They said that they sent you the $600. Like going, and I looked at my account, and you only sent me like 270. And I said, if I get 600, how much of that are you keeping? They go, 300. It's 50%. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, oh my God.
And then I said, no, our agreement was anything that's freelance, I keep 100%. And then their reply was, well, then how are we going to get money? I'm like, well, the agreement, you get 50% of the jobs that you offer. Like, oh, that doesn't make sense. And then I went through the contract. I found like, the only thing, the distribution of profit was the 30%. And
God, it's a lot of that here, surprisingly.
Well, even that, like, then like there was like NFT expo, and like the one company wanted to expand into the States. But they had just applied for the business license there, but they hadn't really established an American office. So they wanted me and another actor to kind of pretend that they're American representatives. And Cineline found out about that. They got angry, and they're like going, you're misbehaving. I think we should fire you, or like you should be punished. Come in for an interview. Come in to get a scolding. So when I did go in, I actually said, "Hey, listen, I'm like, I think me and Cineline have different views. I think I'd rather work with another agency that could focus on the things I want to do."
Yeah.
And so I asked them for a letter of release, and they're like, they started making up lies too, and they said, "Oh, well, you have like 2 years left on your contract. So if you break your contract, there's going to be fines and fees. How much money can you give us?"
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Oh, what?" And going,
so predatory,
yeah,
like every way.
If you could give us $5 million, then we'll give you a letter of release. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not really ready. I didn't really." Last week you were talking about firing me. I basically like counterstruck and just said, "Hey, how about I would like to just quit." Because we're having lots of problems, and they tried to extort me for money. And I contacted Grin because I'd spoken to them like possibly about being my new sponsor. And then when I said, hey, my current company wants me to pay $5 million for the letter of release. Corinne was like going, it's a WordPerfect file. It's just print up. There's nothing legal about it. It's just a piece of paper that says I give Jeff permission to leave my company, and I release him of his contract, and there's a stamp. It takes it's nothing legal about it, and it's like, it's just a print up. It's a WordPerfect print up.
Oh my God.
And so
you wanted $5 million for that.
Well, thankfully, I just left, and then I said, I'll think about it, and then they kept like messaging me saying, oh, I'm a bad person, even if they release me, I'm a bad person to ask to be released because I want to work with another company. And I said, okay, but can I get my letter of release? And they said, you need to come to the office so we could discuss it. I said, I'm not coming to the office.
Just send it.
You just tell me. Are you like one? You know what? If you want money, tell me how much money you want, and so I could screenshot it, obviously, and use it with the labor board, and they would get in trouble.
Yeah. But
I just let my visa expire, and then I went back to Canada while I processed my new visa. Like you.
Wow. My God. Oh, yeah, and it's just stuff like that.
I've had a lot of bad experiences.
Yeah, no, I feel that, and I feel like it's so common here, and it's finally, like, some of it's finally hitting the spotlight, but not enough of it. Like, like a Cineline story, I feel like if that was, hit the press, like your story did, I feel like the backlash would be insane. They're probably, there just needs to be better vetting or something for these companies.
Like even the language that they were using when I was trying to leave was very immature and not respectful.
Yeah. Oh.
Like I showed it to my friend, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like going, "Who is this person?" Like going, "Oh, this is my company's CEO, my 대표님." And like going, and he talks to you like that?
Oh my God.
This person, like some people are like, this person does not seem cultured at all.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Well, I mean, in their behaviors, of course, they're not cultured. I mean, taking money, threatening, extortion. Like, no.
Yeah.
Well, glad you got out.
I want to go back to their office and just take a big Amber Heard on their front door.
Oh.
Take a shit on their front door.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they deserve it.
Yeah. Well, in your short amount of time that you have been here, has there been like any positive experiences that you've had, like a shoot or anything?
Yes, my first shoot, I was a background extra in a music video. Well, no, it was actually not a music video. It felt like a music video because we did some dancing. But it was for a phone commercial, and Jackson Wang was like the star. So
okay.
And it was cool just to see like such a big celebrity, and I know what he's like, through social media. He seems like such a sweet guy, and he was literally consistent. He was just a sweetheart. He walked on set like, "Hi, everybody." He was just so nice. So
were you starstruck?
I was starstruck because I was eating dinner. And we didn't know Jackson Wang was going to be there. So I'm like, I'm having kimchi jjigae. So I'm like just shoveling it in because we got like, no time to eat. And then they're like, no movement on set, no movement on set. And I'm like, what does that mean? This is my first time shooting. Sure. I don't know anything.
You're still a little baby.
Yeah. So I look up and Jackson Wang's walking through like right where we're eating dinner. And I'm just like, oh, so it did catch me off guard because I just wasn't expecting Jackson Wang to kind of like bust through where we were eating. But yeah, then at that point he just turns into a fellow employee, fellow coworker, and and it was just cool to see someone of such his stature. I was like, he was so late arriving to set, but and it was so late at night, and just to see someone like that, work in such a way. I mean, we all kind of want to get to that level of. I guess not star power, but, just where you're at in your career, where you're kind of booked and busy. So it's just kind of get to admire someone who's, so much more experienced in this level of work and just see how they move. And it was just, he's really a professional. So it was nice. Yeah.
I've met like a lot of Korean celebrities. I've only geeked out once.
Who?
I can't remember his name, but he's, it's like Kwang or something. But I geeked out on him because when I first came to Korea, I've been in Korea for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And when I came, 16 now, sorry. And when I came, I had a Korean girlfriend, and we went to a DVD bong to watch a Korean movie. The movie is Na Ne Umyoung, like You Are My Destiny. And it's based on like a true story, and it's about like a farmer that falls in love with a prostitute. But she gets arrested, and the farmer tries to commit suicide.
Oh,
and
wow.
then he goes to see, but he failed. Like his mother saves him. Like he tried to eat drink products from under the sink, like chloride. It's all that. He poisoned himself, and he ended up like burning out his throat. And he goes to visit his wife that's in prison because she got arrested, and then she's like yelling at him, calling him stupid, and then he go like she goes, why are you just sitting there and taking to say something, you stupid idiot? And then he just and then like a total switch, and like the wife, I'm getting misty ties. She's I think she's like, oh my God, my poor baby, and then like I looked over at my girlfriend, and she's crying too, and so it's like one of the first. That's like the first Korean movie, and it's like we watched a very touching movie together. So I told that to the main actor. And it was like, you're that movie. I watched that with my ex, and it was like so you did such a great job, and it was so he's like, well, thank you, Hyung, and all that stuff.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's the only time I've geeked out on someone.
Of course.
I'm like, can I please shake your hand?
No, you just had to have the fan moment. Yeah. Of course. But, I mean, I feel like that probably would have been meaningful for him. I mean, he's an actor. You just want to, you want to hear like, wow, your role was so amazing. It captivated me, moved me to tears, and it's a fond memory now. I mean, of course, anyone wants to hear that. So, was it a geek out, or was it you just complimenting a man who's good at his craft?
It was more of a geek out, like, because I normally when I'm like around another Korean celebrity, I just treat them like a coworker and just have a conversation. But this one was like, I'm so glad to meet you. Like,
okay. No, I haven't. I don't think I've been in Korea long enough to have that experience yet. But hopefully I will. Because it'd be nice to. Not like nice per se, but I think it'd be just a fun experience to have.
Right, but that's like some foreigners that do acting here. They're just doing it for, to meet that celebrity.
I've noticed.
Yeah, so like I remember there was also a drama that we were filming, and basically like we were like in the waiting room while the main actor was like kind of shooting, but everyone was like trying to take secret pictures and all that stuff. So then we were kicked out of the waiting room, and we had to wait like offset, but still like people were like walking away slowly trying to take pictures.
Wow.
That eventually like the staff just said, okay, we're done with the foreigners, everyone in the bus, you guys are going home.
Oh my,
they're just disrupting the set so much.
Of course. And I feel like there's still that, I mean, at that point, if the staff has a bad taste about foreigners, they have every right to.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating because I have been noticing that there's a lot of other models and even actors, because I've done background acting work. They just kind of, you can tell they're here to just like have their little pretend they're a celebrity moment, try to meet another celebrity moment, not so much take it serious as this is work, this is real life, this is, you are representing, foreigners when you get here, just to... actually put in some effort, have some decorum, be a professional,
Well, it's because of that behavior too. Like there's no like sets. There's not a lot of filming done inside of Seoul, the city, because they don't want like crowds coming in disrupting the sets. So when you do, there's like if you're doing a commercial or you're a movie or
I've noticed that we have to drive for like an hour.
Yeah, reclusive. Yeah, you have to go to a reclusive area just to avoid all the people, the paparazzi.
Oh my God. No, there was one time I was at the airport. I was picking up a SIM card, or I was having an issue with my SIM card, so picking up a SIM card, I don't know.
Let's say that.
Yeah. And so I get to the airport, it was Gimpo, and I see these like a horde. It was a horde of people like standing on stools, just kind of crowded around like the exit. And I was just like, all right, well, excuse me, you're in my way. I'm trying to go. I guess it was, I don't even know which celebrity it was. Celebrity shows up out of their flight, And it was like a stampede of people. Like the horde of people just started moving. There was just, the stool started flying. There's like people screaming and yelling and flashing. Just the sound of it was just overwhelming. And I was just like, how is this allowed? How is this safe? And it was just bizarre to me. And I couldn't imagine being fresh off a flight. I don't know about you, but I get off a plane and I just want to like go home, rest up. I couldn't imagine the first thing you see is like hundreds of people with a camera shoved in your face. But the I guess, is that fan culture, paparazzi culture is madness here.
Well, I remember too, there was during COVID, they started doing like online concerts, and they made, I was like, I got like hired kind of as like the staff or like an entertainer, and like just to do like a dance. It was like for Salvation Army, and they just wanted some foreign representatives to show that they had like a K-pop group. I think it's called Tomorrow X Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Tomorrow by Together.
Oh, okay, Tomorrow by Together. That's it. Okay, Tomorrow by Together. They were like the main artists.
Yeah.
But they were filming in a studio in Seoul, and then the minute that Tomorrow by Together got on stage, all these teenage girls and 20-something girls tried to rush into the theater, and they were getting like straight-armed by the security staff. Like some of the girls were even like trying to like steal my entertainer's badge so that they could go behind the scenes and meet Tomorrow by Together.
Oh my God! Yeah, and this is COVID.
This is during COVID too. Like Tomorrow by Together were filming inside the studio with all the televisions, and then people were allowed to be in the lobby and watch on the TV screens. But that wasn't enough for them. They were like, once like Tomorrow by Together was on stage, it came out, they tried to rush through the studio doors to get inside to touch them to see them.
Oh my God! Oh, it's amazing. It's almost like they go from being people to like something else, like a switch flips, and it's.
So that's why, a lot of studios are in these reclusive areas.
Wow, you see,
that's what I put two together.
Okay, so that's a strong theory, I think.
Yeah,
strong enough to like believe that's the truth.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I still I'm almost 7 months here, so I'm learning a lot, and there's just a lot of things I don't even think to question just because that's just how it is for me. Yeah, but that's interesting.
Well, like the movie Parasite too. It was actually filmed in a studio down in Daegu, so it's just all green screen. 90% of that movie is filmed in a studio. So they made a fake apartment, and even they made like two fake.
I knew that, but I didn't know it was in Daegu.
Yeah. Because I filmed another movie there, and it's now like a tourist site because Parasite won an Oscar. That studio has outside like a tourist site. Like, Parasite was filmed in this studio, so people, and there's like a bus stop, and you can get your picture done.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I mean, that was an accomplishment.
Yeah. I
remember watching the Oscars that night when they won, and. I loved his speech. Yeah, I loved everything about that.
But just like, the point was, like they had to film it in a green screen studio because the paparazzi here is just too overwhelming.
Yeah. Oh my God. I couldn't know. I mean, even in the United States growing up, the paparazzi has chilled out, but I remember growing up in the early, in the 2000s, the paparazzi then, so it's like it's like almost like you never want to be that famous.
Okay. Well, going forward, now that you're still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and so, in the next year, what do you have, like any projects, anything that you're focusing on?
Right now, just building my portfolio and that's about it. Getting better at the language, definitely. But so far, I'm more of take it a day at a time.
Okay.
And wherever I go.
But do you think that you'll be here for another year, or are you tired?
Definitely.
Are you tired of the culture yet?
No. Okay.
Do you think there's still more possibilities?
No. Now that I understand what you're asking, I'm ready.
I'm just stepping on. I'm just adding to whatever you're saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not tired of the culture at all. There's still so much of the culture I feel like I haven't experienced yet. There's so much of Seoul I feel like I haven't gone through not even all of the seasons yet. You know, I haven't dealt with all the weather in Seoul.
Oh, we got summer coming up. You're going to enjoy that.
I was here for summer, and it's very similar to South Florida.
Okay.
That winter was painful, but I haven't experienced autumn, and I heard it's beautiful. And especially after how hot the, summer is, I heard autumn time is really nice. So I can't wait to experience that. But yeah, I'm so ready to be here so far. Definitely another year.
Yeah, you want to keep focusing on just being the model, not the actress?
Modeling for now, but I do want to take some acting classes because I'm very fascinated with the process. I always was the type of kid to watch movies and behind the scenes, and now that I get to be behind the scenes, I'm really interested now in the part of acting and how that goes. And
well, like a lot of the casting too, like they're not really too concerned with your talent that you might have. Like you'll still get cast even like maybe that you don't have a lot of credentials for acting or a lot of experience.
Oh. Well, for me personally, I would want credentials.
But most of the casting I feel is just done by a look and not really by someone's acting portfolio or their chops.
Okay.
So they want the attractive person or the look. So like with your skin tone, your hair, they're like, we need an African person. We'll give you a line. Not even knowing about what you've done or haven't done.
There was literally I actually did an audition for a movie. It takes place in the Amazon.
I was just talking to Hetty about that too.
Yeah, I have no heritage there. I don't speak any of the languages from that region of the world. Yeah. And they still were like, no, just do the audition in English. No, we don't. It's okay.
Yeah, they're just looking for the image. Yeah, I've talked. You're like the third person I've talked to about this, where I even went in for the audition too and one of the scripts they had me read was the tribal chief, and so like I puffed out my chest like this. I go, he must go through the sacred forest to cleanse himself of his sins. If he's taken by the gods, that is their choice. But if he survives, then he is. So
they're just letting anyone try out or audition.
But yeah, I think you have maybe you have the look that they're looking for too.
Yeah, that's what they said, and even friends were like, "Hey, did you know that they're starting to audition for this movie? I think you should go for it." And I was like, "I'm not from there." They're like, "They don't care here."
Yeah.
So I was like,
They don't care. Like I often get cast as Russian. I don't speak Russian. I'm Canadian. But even a month and a half ago, there was they needed some Russian gangster, and I had the mob boss look. But they said you have to speak some Russian. So can you send an intro video of you speaking Russian? So I met with some of my Russian friends, and they taught me how to say "Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm 40 years old. I'm my height. I'm studying Russian with my friends." So I remember I got to learn that, and I've forgotten most of it now. I forgot the statistics. I forgot how to say my age and my height, but I remember.
But you got to kind of finesse it. Yeah.
Jeffrey Goldet. Ja, izostrajo ruszki sturzami.
Did you get the part?
No. I actually shot myself in the foot there because they cast me for another role, for a different movie, but I missed the call time. It was 3 a.m.
Oh my God!
And yeah, so I missed the call time. So that company I lost face with that company. So one of the casting agents is very friendly. He's a good friend of mine. I say he's a friend. Him and I have hung out. He's called me drunk to come to the club. But his coworkers, they don't trust. I have to build up the trust again with them. So I don't think I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get that. So because I lost face, they probably didn't want to cast me for the Russian role. Yeah.
That's hard here.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Well, thank you actually for joining me.
I was
worried
cool.
I was worried with such like only 7 months of experience that we'd be struggling having a conversation.
No, it was going. Okay.
Yeah. But do you want to plug any of your social media or anything?
Yeah. Instagram is LunaNope, so literally LUNANOP, and that's pretty much all the socials I mainly use. So follow me on Instagram.
If you want to collaborate with her, that's how you get a hold of her. She's trying to work on a portfolio, so help her out. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Again, my Instagram is Comedy Jeffy, Comedy COMEDY, Jeffy GEOFFY. Okay. Cool. And thank you guys for tuning in to Rice Camera Action. Hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.